Hello, welcome to Vlog 5, back down at the Gorge, my local syndicate, the in Essex Greys. I've heard there's a lot of people coming down, so we're going to get the house built now, and we'll talk to you in a little bit. Right, all sorted, bivvy set, rods on the bars. So yeah, as I say, welcome to Vlog 5, down my local syndicate, Chafford Gorge in Greys, Essex, where we did Vlog 1, you might remember. We've done in swim 1 at Vlog 1, we've gone totally the opposite end this time, come down to the woods end. I know there's a lot of people coming down this weekend, so my thoughts are that with the pressure on the lake, the fish will punch to each safe point, which is either end. So we've done a bit of baiting before we set up, as you see. Baited a left rod down in a corner just in front of the reeds, which is right on the line of the safe area. We've baited a spot just on the left of the lilies under an overhanging tree, which I know is a big patch of gravel there. And the usual spot that I normally fish down here between the bushes and the overhanging bramble. Again, chalk bottom, I know it's clear, so that's why we're fishing it. I want to say thanks to Nick down at LakeWatch UK for the jumper. It's a brilliant cause. I think it's absolutely pucker idea. I'm 100% backing him on that one. I know a lot of other people that are as well. We've actually got Nick coming down tomorrow for just to talk us through LakeWatch, how it started, where it's going, what it's all about. So that'll be interesting. We've actually got a guest fishing with us this weekend. Wes is down on the middle of the lake on the big willow. So we'll pop round there tomorrow, have a chat with Wes, go through his rigs, how he approaches it. I say we'll do our thing down here. We're testing a new bait on the Galaxy baits this time for B2, so that's the only difference in my fishing as such. He's coming off the main line and going on the Galaxy bait. So as I say, we'll plod on, see how we do. If we haven't had anything tonight, come the morning we'll change it up. But as I say, we'll try our best. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting vlog. The weather's meant to be up and down, rain, wind, a bit of sunshine tomorrow. So pressure's going to be up and down, but as I say, like I said, we'll try our best. So I'll catch you a little bit later on. Just to take you through the rig I'm using on one of the rods quickly, it's the B2 pop-up, cut off a dumbbell and stuck that on top of the 15mm pop-up. That's tied to a size 6 choddy hook, bit of supernatural, all bright knot with a putty around it, onto some IQ2 semi-stiff, small sinker halfway up, and then just a kicker on the end just to flick that out when that lands. So as I say, yeah, it's a new rig for us. We're trying this one out, so hopefully we have a result on it. Second rig for rod 2, and this one's actually going to go down on the left rod in the corner opposite the safe zone. It's the similar rig that I always use pretty much, 15-pound semi-stiff end trap, sinker halfway down the 8-inch hook link, rig ring and a kicker. Normally I would fish a wafter on this, but we've gone to a size 4 curve shank and we're going on a 14mm bottom bait B2. We've actually been hardened as well because there's quite a few crays in here. So as I say, we've got an hardened bait on just to try and deter them a little bit. Tail kicker at the top, and obviously the rig tubing to go over the quick link. So as I say, yeah, took a lot of fish on this rig, slightly modified, coming off the wafters and onto the bottom baits. But as I say, yeah, we'll see how it goes. So we're starting to lose the light. Just getting the last rig tied up and shrunk down now as we speak. A lot of my fishing previous to fishing here was a lot of, I'd say, rushed. I'd rush into things, I'd see a fish, want to put a rig on the head. But for me, one of the biggest things that you have to get right nowadays is prep. For take that extra 5 minutes just to get your rigs right, make sure they're turning round, make sure they're laying flat, get them exactly how you want them before you actually put them in the water. Don't rush, the fish ain't going to be going nowhere, and if they're on the bait they'll be back. So as I say, yeah, that little extra 5 minutes prep work, just getting the rigs right, making sure everything's set properly. So for me, I think that catches a lot more fish. So as I say, yeah, just to take you through the final rig, size 6 trapper from Atomic, 18mm B2, hardened again, glow in the dark blue cone, as you know, trademark business. Rig ring, just going to shrink the kicker down. That's tied on knotless knot to a 15-pound end trap. We'll stick the sinker halfway up, and then yeah, simple overhand knot, kicker just to kick it out on the cast, and a bit of tubing just to go over the quick link. But as I say, for me, it's basic, but it works. So that's shrunk down nicely. So yeah, pretty simple rig, very effective, as you've seen over the last couple of vlogs that we've done. Pretty much all my rigs revolve around that now. So yeah, as I say, get the prep work in, get the fish on the bank. Right, the rigs are tied, spots are baited, been rested. Starting to lose the light now, so we're going to get all 3 rods out on the boat, make sure they're on the money, sit tight, and wait out the night for a bite. So if I get one, as you know, the cameras come on. If not, I'll see you in the morning. As you can see, the mixer's going out. Just chuck a couple of boilies in the crusher, crushed them up for some crumb. Just a little handful each of 18s and 14s. Just a little mix really, just to get them grubbing about. So we're going to send this out now onto the left rod. And as I say, yeah, wait for the bite. That's all 3 rods on the spots. So if we get one, flip the cameras on. If not, I'll see you in the morning. Right, day 2, crayed on all 3 rods last night, reeled in this morning, left with a bit of pop-up corn on one, the other 2 baits completely gone. Crays are a big problem in this lake at the minute. We haven't had any cray traps out all year, so they're breeding in the numbers and they're running right at the minute. So yeah, we've redone all 3 rods. Got Nick due down in a minute from LakeWatch. So we're just waiting for him to arrive. We'll get the kettle on and we'll have a word with him. In the meantime, just sit tight, maybe nick one in the morning feed. If we can keep a bait on the hook long enough, that's the way it's going at the minute. But yeah, as I say, got Nick coming down. We're going to go and have a word with Wes, run through his rigs, how he approaches fishing the lake. I know he wraps his baits with the Fox power mesh, so it'll be interesting to see what he does with that. Maybe we need to invest in a tube. But yeah, catch you a bit later on. Right. Joined by Nick from LakeWatch down at the Gorge, Vlog 5. Nick's going to talk us through LakeWatch himself. So yeah, nice to have you here, Nick.
Nice to invite us.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for the jumper and the hat. So get your orders in on Facebook. So yeah, tell us how LakeWatch come about, really.
Well, basically, it all happened quite by an accident, really. I bailiff at an Essex Water anyway. I was in the shop doing the tickets. I had a couple of unsavoury characters turning up in the shop, and basically turned them away. Didn't want them on the lake. Told them it was a members club, and sent the information over, or their number plate over to another fishery via WhatsApp. He turned around and said it was like quite a good idea. We started sharing information. Before I knew it, I had 11 fisheries, all on the LakeWatch UK. I called it LakeWatch UK at the time, on the WhatsApp group. And I realised it was something needed doing. So I started the proceeding to look into the website, getting one built, and it just started evolving and evolving, and it's just gone a bit mad from there, really.
Yeah, I would say quite a good following on Facebook at the minute.
Yeah, it's been up less than a week. I've got it's fastly approaching 1,100 likes now. But the whole idea of it basically is lakes can join LakeWatch UK membership. They get a private login and password to my website, and it's that platform now that they can share information with any kind of lake crimes that's gone on, i.e. illegal fish poaching, people getting their tackle stolen and stuff like that. Yeah. So if someone at one lake catches someone nicking a fish, they gather as much evidence as possible, post it onto the website, which obviously, as I said, is private viewing just for fisheries only. That then gets emailed out to all the other fisheries that are involved, and then we run a ban from one, ban from all systems. So what we end up doing is we're getting rid of all the riffraff and the troublemakers from the lakes itself. Yeah. Then it evolved into the LakeWatch UK bailiff clothing range to act as a visual deterrent. I mean, if you think about neighbourhood watch and pub watch, that's basically what I've designed around the fisheries. So you've got the eyes and ears of people like yourself wearing the range, acting as a visual deterrent. If a group of unsavoury characters walk around the pond and they see bailiff, 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 they're going to know that them sort of people are there to protect the fishery, to protect the fish stocks and each other, and obviously act as a deterrent, and they'll go elsewhere. Yeah. But as it starts to get known, when they turn up at a fishery and they see this water's obviously a member of LakeWatch UK, they're going to know that they're banned already if they've been banned from another water. So that's going to act as a deterrent. The public will obviously be able to go onto the public side of the LakeWatch UK website, and they'll be able to see a safe list of directory of fisheries that are under the umbrella of LakeWatch. So they'll know that they've got a better chance of knowing that they're safe. Fishing overnight, their gear is going to be safe. The fish stocks are protected. But it's just evolving all the time. I mean, I'm now looking into going. I mean, I'm working with Essex Police first of all, obviously because I live in Essex. They've directly linked me to a police action group called Farm Watch, because most fisheries are on rural areas and rural crime. It just seemed to make sense to obviously join Farm Watch. Obviously, working with the police, I'm helping to build a better relationship from the anglers to the old build as well. I mean, a lot of anglers have lost sort of trust really with the police reporting. I mean, if your stuff gets nicked on the lake while you're here, that's robbery. It's as simple as that. It's not theft, it's robbery. Yeah. And if they've got a gun or a knife or whatever, or a bat or whatever, that's armed robbery. I mean, there's no ifs or buts about it. So these things are crimes that they've got to be dealt with, you know.
Dealt with, yeah.
So yeah, it's putting a safety net over fisheries. I'm also looking down the road of being able to get people's gear back as well. I mean, there are some, cash converters, I really want to get involved in this. I mean, we've spoken to four different cash converters. They're all a franchise, so you have to speak to every one of them individually. So the whole idea is, if I get cash converters involved in LakeWatch, someone pings up on the website that tackle's been stolen from a certain fishery. That then gets emailed out to everyone who's involved in the membership themselves. So cash converters can then clearly see what sort of items have been stolen, and they'll keep a look out of it for in their local branches. I mean, I'm in talks with Essex Police at the moment about something called Select DNA as well. I mean, there's loads of different bits and pieces you can use, but Select DNA seems to be a good one. Basically, it's a little pot, and it's got thousands of microchips in it, and all you do is it's got a serial number on there. You go on your computer, you register with that pot with your name and your address and your contact details. You keep a register of whereabouts you're marking up your Delkins or your reels or whatever, and obviously, because if in the future you're going to sell them, you're going to need to be able to remove that, because you don't want someone else getting a question about nicking it. You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, if everyone marks up all their gear, getting the ones to actually scan these microchips involved in the likes of cash converters, and hopefully as well, I'd like to see an interest in the bailiffs, the head bailiffs on fisheries themselves. So as they're going around doing their rig checks, say if you don't mind, I'm just going to do a quick scan the rods, scan the reels. If it pops up with a name and address, they just ask the angler what's their name, and if it's a different name, there's a big question mark there.
Yeah.
You know. So then once this sort of stuff gets known, what's the point in nicking people's fishing gear if you can't go anywhere to use it?
Yeah.
You know,
or sell it.
Or sell it.
Yeah.
You know. So I mean, obviously, like these boot sales, a lot of stuff goes through the boot sales. You're not going to have a scanner on them, but they're still going to have to turn up at a fishery to be able to use it somewhere.
To be using it, yeah.
You know, so I mean, there's another thing I'm looking into as well. I mean, like I said, there's so much going on. I mean, every day I talk to someone, and they come up with a different idea, another add-on to it. I mean, one of the things I want to look into in February next year is an ANPR system. Having fisheries have an ANPR system on their main gate, and if a particular car has been reported in some kind of criminal activity around the pond, as that car pulls onto the car park, it pings up on the ANPR, sends either a text message or an email alert to the head bailiff on that, and they can go into the car park and turn that car away at source. You know, I mean, that all together, I mean, if we get this going, I mean, this could completely clear up crime around lakes.
Yeah.
You know, I know that it's rivers and people are doing illegal fishing on rivers and stuff like that. There's a lot more involved. I don't know how. I'm not asking people to go around patrolling, getting involved. I mean, literally, I mean, my motto at the end of the day is it's prevention, not intervention, being a LakeWatch UK bailiff. I mean, just preventing people from doing something in the first place by sitting there.
Well, if they know it's happening, then there's already a deterrent there anyway, because they know that it's getting bigger, it's going around the fisheries.
Absolutely.
So you know it's growing, and eventually it'll get to the size where basically every water's going to be on it, because personally,
they'd be silly not to.
It's been crying out for something like this for a very long time. So say, yeah, 100% behind it. I know a lot of people that are behind it.
Yeah. Well, just yesterday, I got a private message yesterday on Facebook, and I've got a guy that's got 30 waters that's interested in joining LakeWatch, you know.
That's it, yeah.
I've had an interesting conversation today with one particular bait company. It's going to remain undisclosed at the moment, but I'm getting a lot of interest, and to be honest with you, me doing this on my own is not possible for me to do it on my own.
Yeah,
I mean, this is getting bigger than I mean, bearing in mind, like I said at the beginning, it started off as a WhatsApp group, you know, and now I've got interest from what I'm having to post goodies out all over the Midlands, as far down as Poole in Dorset. I've had a couple of inquiries from further up north, near in Scotland. So I mean, everyone's got this same interest, this same goal. I mean, I love me fishing, you know, same as yourself.
Well, who doesn't,
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, for the simple facts of just being involved by sitting around a pond, it's only an extra bit of kit to wear around a lake, but you're doing something while doing it.
Yeah. You're
telling anyone who's walking on the lake that you're interested in protecting this, and you will report if you see anything going on, you know, and then the authorities will be involved.
That's it, yeah. I mean, how do people get in contact with LakeWatch then, Dad? How do they find you?
Obviously the Facebook page at the moment. I mean, you can find that on LakeWatch UK, all three separate words. There is an old one there that's in the process of being deleted. I'm personally on there as Nick LW UK. and you can ask me any questions about it on there. If you want any hoodies sent out to yourselves. See, people keep messaging me saying, when are you going to start this movement in my area? I mean, the thing is, it's down to you guys, you know, you start this in your area. If you want to be part of LakeWatch, then get on the private message me, and I'll send a hoodie out to you, get your little group of yous together and build it yourself, you know. I mean, I'll be contacting the fisheries once the website's up and running, which is a very, very involved website. Once that's up and running, then obviously I'm going to be contacting the fisheries, and the fisheries will be producing or sort of supplying these hoodies themselves. But you can get them at the moment from this directly from me, you know.
Yeah, I mean, once it gets rolling, once a fishery gets on it, they'll know other people that own fisheries.
Absolutely.
And they'll want to jump on a bandwagon as well.
Yeah, so, absolutely. I mean, and like I said, by having cash converters involved as well,
it's covering all angles, isn't it, really, basically?
That's right. I mean, it's about prevention, protection, and hopefully collection of your gear back. That's what I'm aiming to achieve.
And to be honest, nowadays it's getting more and more regular. You see the posts on Facebook, gear's been nicked out the back of the van, gear's been nicked down the lake. It's got to go somewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, statistically, talking to Essex Police and that, I mean, tackle theft is on the rise massively. I mean, we all know how much we pay for our gear, and unfortunately, some people have been on the wrong end of losing it all, and it costs us thousands of pounds to sort of replace it. And to know that they're selling it for a pittance of the cost, that they're going to get on the black market for it, you know. I mean, just if we can stop that, I mean, if there ain't no market to buy it, because they can't use it, then they're not going to steal it in the first place. That's my whole aim. That's my whole aim.
Tell us, what does it cost fishery owners, commercial fisheries, to obviously get involved with LakeWatch? Is it a monthly, yearly subscription?
Well, basically what it is, I mean, basically I'm going to charge fisheries £1 a week. Right. Now in that £1 a week, they obviously get the private login and passwords to gain access to the invisible side, if you like, of the website, where they can report the lake crimes that's going on. That's obviously collected £52 a year, and when it comes near to the expiry on the 11th month, they'll just be sent a reminder, obviously, to renew again. But they'll get a free LakeWatch UK bailiff hoodie for their head bailiff. I'll supply them a large sign for their main entrance to say they're members of LakeWatch UK. And they'll obviously get, if we've got a tackle shop or a ticket office, there'll be a smaller sign obviously provided for their shop as well.
So it's basically a full starter package then?
Yeah, if you like, yeah, full starter package. They show their membership, and they're away really. They do just resubscribe every or repay every year, and they've got immediate access to all the local crimes that's going on.
Right, so that's all interlinked with the website, the phone app that's coming. Yeah,
that's another thing as well. I forgot to mention. I mean, in the website that's being built, there's a mobile app that's going to be involved with that as well. Obviously I'm going to make it a bit interesting. I don't want to go mad with forums and stuff like that, but like catch reports, stuff like that. Obviously it's just going to be a safe directory of fisheries, so you'll be able to find the nearest fishery to you that is obviously a member of LakeWatch UK, you know. But yeah, I mean, there's so much going on. I just my head's spinning at certain times, Lee, to be honest with you. It's spinning, and other people tell me another idea another day, and I'm like, yeah, that's a great idea, and I'll back a bit, because I've still got to deal with the other ones I'm trying to sort of bring about, you know. But yeah, I'm really, really pleased with the response I've been getting. Started to say, I contacted, in a very, very early stage, I contacted 7 particular fisheries while I was fishing, and I phoned them up, and I told them who I am, what I'm doing, and the first 6 turned around and said to me straight away, how do I pay? And I said, like, look, you have to hold on a bit. Once I'm ready, I'll contact you again. The last one I spoke to, he listened to everything I had to say, and he obviously congratulated me. He thought it was a fantastic idea. And it turns out that he'd lived on site at his own fishery for 25 years. He stated that he'd never had any problems, and he wished me all the best. And he said it's going to, on this occasion, he's going to say no. To which point, obviously said, like, congratulations to you on running a decent fishery for 25 years. I mean,
it's an achievement on its own, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. But then I obviously said to him that I'd spoke to 6 other fisheries, and immediately they've all said yes. And for £1 a week, I can't see many saying no. And my main concern with what I left with him was that if we run a ban from one, ban from all system to protect the fisheries, to keep out the riffraff, for those that are not members, where are them
people going to go if everyone's involved with it?
You know, and that particular person, after I said that, he went off for £1 a week. He said, I think I'm in, you know. And it's it just makes sense. I mean, and especially if I can install an AMPR system, including that package, free of charge. You know, I mean, you've got to be off your head.
You've got to be mad to turn it down, haven't you?
Do you know what I mean? You've got to be off your head.
Yeah.
You've got to be off your head.
Well, yeah, thanks for coming down, Nick.
I appreciate the offer.
Yeah, as I say, I think it's a blinding idea. So say, yeah, get on Facebook, look Nick up, look LakeWatch UK up, and get involved. And barring that, these hoodies are very good quality. So I've had it on. It's been pretty chilly last night and kept me warm. So
not forgetting the new hats as well.
Yeah, the new hats. Yeah, fresh off the press today. So as I say, yeah, look him up, get involved. Any questions you can ask Nick. Find Nick on Facebook. He'll be obliged to answer. So as I say, yeah. Other than that, mate, thanks for coming down.
Appreciate
and
it.
as I say, only going to get bigger, isn't it?
Well, with everybody's help, obviously, it's anglers looking out for anglers, and anglers looking out after fishery. So let's get on it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right, joined by Wes down the gorge, vlog 5. Wes has been having it away this year so far in the gorge, 3 sessions, 19 fish. So he's just going to talk us through the rigs he uses, how he approaches it. I know he wraps his baits as well, so that's the difference between me and him. So as I say, yeah, if you talk us through your sessions so far, Wes.
Yeah, no problem, mate. Nothing really too difficult, really. Just standard chod rig, really. About 2 inches long, 2-3 inches long, nothing major. Obviously steam with a bit of a nice curve in it. Fishing on about 5 foot of lead core with the quarter safety running beads and what have you. So obviously you get snagged, you can quite easily ping off on the bead with no dramas at all. So the fish ain't trailing so much lead core about. Just got a little tiny rig in its mouth. Tiny little chod. Fishing like that, tiny little bit of putty on the crimp underneath. Find crimping work a little bit better so you can aid a bit more movement, put a bit more of a loop in it. Because of the crayfish in here being a bit of a nuisance, and especially with it being dark for so long now, I started meshing them up with a bit of the fox armour mesh. Nothing too complicated, but we found that sticking that on definitely takes a lot longer for them to whittle boilie down. And some of the fish that I've actually had over the last 3 trips, I've actually only had half a boilie, but the fish are still taking it, so definitely comes in handy. Fishing slack lines, obviously fishing the chod, yeah, it's worked really well for me. I've had 19 fish in 3 trips, 11 fish come in under 24 hours. Biggest 31 common, which is I think at the minute the biggest in the lake that we know of. Yep. Yeah, nothing major really.
How much bait on a session would you go through then?
I normally bring about 5 or 6 kilos with me, to be honest with you. If I'm on, I normally put 1-2 kilos out in the initial part. Obviously I'm using a bait boat to get the rigs out. I'm only using a light 1.5 ounce there. I can hit the spot, but obviously I want to get it out, you know what I mean, look and pucker. You know, I do foam it up as well on the hook. So, because obviously the weed out there, you don't want to get, you know what I mean, there's no point putting it out and then getting it all tangled and, you know what I mean, bits and bobs like that. But yeah, normally I start off with about 2 kilos of bait, putting crushed boilies out, half baits out with a boat, not too much, and then, yeah, I think in some sessions I've had where I've had a lot of fish, you know, I've done 5 kilos easy. But, you know what I mean, fishing new grange over the top of that, you know what I mean, with a white pop up, just something a little bit different.
Yeah, a bit of contrast in the colour.
Yeah, that's it. You know, they're looking for a brown bait, and then obviously if they catch a bit of white and want it, yeah. And like I said, I've done really well. You know what I mean? Like I've had 11 carp, 8 carp in 1 trip. I've 3 tench. You know what I mean? I've had another trip where I've done 3 nights and had 8 carp. The last trip I've done was a bit tricky because of the weather, but yeah, I had 3 fish. Biggest 31 pounds so far, so yeah, it's been working. I haven't had nothing so far in 2 nights.
Yeah, no one has though, really, have they?
Nah, no one's had nothing in 2 nights. Did look quite on for it last night, but nothing.
Yeah.
But still got 1 more night.
Pressure's up.
Yeah, pressure's starting to creep up. It's been below 1,000, but it's been a bit chilly overnight, especially last night.
Yeah.
So got a bit of rain coming at night, so yeah, hopefully it might kick them into touch, and yeah, we'll go from there really.
Banger on a banger.
Hopefully, it'd be nice, wouldn't it? Hopefully the land run.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, fishing 2 nights and not having nothing. Like I said, it's not just me, it's everyone else, but you expect it now. You know, it's starting to get a bit cooler. So hopefully they get their nuts down. They should be feeding up a little bit more now. So yeah, we'll see how we get on.
Yeah, nice. All right. Well, thanks for popping in. As I say, if he gets one later on, or if any of us get one, we'll try and get it on film. But yeah, as I say, for Vlog 5, that's Wes. I'm Lee. We'll catch you next time. Right. After all that filming with Wes and Nick, we rested to swim 2-3 hours. We're going to stick a little bit of bait out, get the rigs ready to go. Looks like the weather's about to chuck it down, so we'll get the bait out, get the rods out, and then yeah, sit it out for the night. Right, what we're going to do is have a little change up. There's no point fishing with bottom baits or soft baits at all with boilies. We just get crayed, ending up fishing 3/4 of the night without bait on the hook. So what we're going to do, tie some new rigs up. We're going to go onto plastic baits, slow sinking dumbbells. Still feed the B2, fish over the top of it with rubber bait just so that I've got something on the hook for the night. Because yeah, there's no point fishing if you're going to get crayed and sit there 3/4 of the night pulled into weed with no bait on the hook. So yeah, we're going to tie some three new rigs up, and yeah, we'll go from there. Right, 3 new rigs tied up. Very similar to the normal rigs we tie. Got this one on a large slow sinking called a dumbbell, I think they're Banoffee, so that'll go well with the B2 flavoured bait we've got. Size 4 curved shank, little rig ring, each shrunk down kicker, that's tied knot to knot, £15 end trap, sinker halfway up, figure of 8 loop at the end with a kicker on. Very simple rig, similar rig I use for the wafters, so as I say, it should bode well with the plastic baits because they're slow sinking anyway. Take you onto the next rig, exactly the same, but we've gone with a size 6 wide gate X because of the smaller bait. This one's a salty squid, I think it's the small wafter. Exactly the same rig, same length, same everything, just change the bait, change the hook size to match. And exactly the same, but contrasting colour, we've gone for a smaller Banoffee. This one's actually on a size 6 trapper from Atomic. Exactly the same rig yet again, same length, everything the same, £15 soft end trap, sinker halfway up, and a kicker at the top. So we're going to go with them tonight, so at least that way we know we'll have bait on, even if the crays do get on it. So yeah, give that a go. Right, all sorted, rods out on the spots, same spots as before last night. You see the rigs earlier, we've gone on, cut the plastic baits, and we've had Wes mesh one of the baits up for us, so we're going to try that as well. Same spots, one in front of the reeds, one on the lilies and one out in front of me. So as I say, yeah, last night, hopefully we don't get crayed tonight. We've got 2 bits of rubber on anyway, so even if we do, the crays do move in on the spot and start eating the loose feed, they ain't going to get the hook bait off, so we'll still be fishing. So as I say, yeah, last night, hope you enjoyed it. Little feature there from Wes, just talking us through how he approaches it. As I say, he's done really well this year. We had Nick pop in earlier, talk us through the LakeWatch stuff. As I say, just to reiterate, it's a pucker idea. Just get yourself on Facebook, search him up, any questions, have a word with him. But as I say, yeah, so from Vlog 5 from myself, if we don't have nothing, I'll catch you in the morning. Other than that, be lucky. Right, coming up to 12 o'clock. We lost one earlier, a bit disappointed on that, but it's roared off again, same rod, left rod, corner spot in front of the reeds. Lovely 19-pound gorge ling, nearly a full ling, but as I say, yeah, stunning fish. So we're going to get the photos done of this one, get this one back, and hopefully go out again, try and nick another one before first light, maybe one in the morning. But they're definitely grubbing on the spot, they're bang on that new bait, so I'm happy about that. It's nice to see them munching on the new bait because it ain't been in here before. So as I say, yeah, get this one back, go again, hopefully get another chunk on the bank. Right, coming up to 10 o'clock now on the last morning, Sunday morning. We lost one last night and we banked that 19.5, nearly ling, from the left hand rod. Rods are still out on the spots, redone the rods last night. So yeah, just slowly packing away now. And as I say, yeah, last thing to go is the rods. So if I don't have anything, from Vlog 5 down to Chafford Gorge, from myself, Wes, Nick, thanks for popping down, thanks for the LakeWatch UK clobber. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. It's down at Suffolk Water Park, Vlog 6. Got a guest, one of my pals from work, known fisherman from Kent. I ain't gonna say no names, I'll make you wait until the vlog comes out to see who's on that one. But yeah, as I say, down the gorge, Vlog 5 from Chronicle bloggers. I'll catch you on the next one.